Matrix 4. Okay, so there's not much to talk about right now. But firstly, the title of Matrix 4 is rumored to be Resurrections. Matrix Resurrections, and there's also a recent screening, apparently, for this movie. And here's what the person who saw the movie has to say. He says The Matrix Resurrections screened this afternoon, and it is weird, meta, engrossing, surprisingly funny, and ambitious to a fault. I expect word of mouth to be wildly mixed, but the people who love it will love it. So this tweet kind of seems hopeful, because I was kind of, intrigued by this movie, but I was not that excited, as I really liked the first three movies, and those three, if you were to do in modern times, it would have to be something really special. And I'm not someone who says don't reboot or don't continue a franchise, you'll just ruin it or anything like that. I'm always up for watching new movies and all that, but uh the director is has not have she has not had a good track record after those movies. So I was kind of iffy on this. But hearing this from the screening, which obviously can change from now to the movie to when the movie is released, it sounds promising to me. And I like that it's the word meta is mentioned, because that has to come into play at some point because of how many advocates for simulation theory are present today. So that has to be meta in some way, and surprisingly funny is a good thing, I think, because that would probably appeal to more people then. And ambitious to a fault, I think ambitious is good, and I don't know if they fail at capturing that ambition that they were going for, but at least they have the ambition, so that I will definitely applaud. So, without watching anything so far and just going by this tweet, what do you guys think of this?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Matrix films in a while. I've watched them when I was younger, so I'll definitely go back and watch them before this one comes out. I'm looking forward to it. I love Keanu Reeves. He's kind of having his own renaissance per se. John Wick's doing
Yeah.
pretty well. He was in Toy Story 4. He may have a few other kind of sequels that are coming back and stuff like that. John Wick 4 and 5 are going to shoot. So yeah, looking forward to it. Like is it the Wachowskis? Is that the director's
Yes.
names? I know they kind
Lana
of
Wachowski
he or
is
she. I'm not too sure.
directing, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mean to be disrespectful if I do say if I get names wrong and stuff like that. But what they did for cinema was just absolutely amazing. Like they redefined cinema per se. So like even though like they have made some maybe not as good movies after Matrix, I would never doubt them. It's like doubting. I would never doubt James Cameron. I would never doubt Christopher Nolan, even if they put out 10 bad movies in a row. I would never doubt them because of that one piece of magic that they
Yeah.
did. So I think they've had years to kind of to think about this, to maybe look at mistakes. And remember, like the first one was a huge hit, and the studio is going to come to them and say, "Here's this amount of money,
Yeah.
go make a sequel." And then they have to create something else. When the first one was purely out of heart and out of just imagination, and then they have to create two more sequels, and then you lose a bit of that, I think, as well when you're forced to maybe do it. So I think over the years they may have thought of different ways to do it, and to bring new things and make up for mistakes and storyline choices and maybe new characters. So yeah, I think it's interesting that they're coming back after all these years, and I'm expecting this movie to be great because of the time they've stayed away. I know that previous movies that they've had may not have been that good and maybe didn't make money and stuff like that, but I think there's something about proving people wrong and going back to doing something that made you a
Their
success.
originals
I
were
think they
revolutionary though,
can't.
like the VFX work and the
Yeah,
practical effects that they
yeah,
did. It was awe-inspiring for everyone in cinema.
I
it was
remember seeing
brilliant. And I
those
think
as a kid, and it literally blew my mind. It
Same.
was insane. The
yeah,
effects.
it they're just brilliant. But like it's like people are doubting Avatar 2 because it's taken so long. I would never
Yeah.
doubt James Cameron because what he did for visual effects in 2009, like that redefined the industry, and now it's being redefined again. And when he comes out with Avatar 2, I guarantee you it will be something that we've never seen before, because the guy wouldn't step away for this long to create these movies unless they were completely
Yeah.
insanely different and new. So I think we're going to get something different. I think we're going to get something that we've never seen before, and it may not be widely received, but I think they're going to go for an ambitious take on the Matrix Resurrections, and I'm excited for it because I think it's their vision, and they've obviously come back for a reason. So I don't think it's just money this time. I think it's because they want to prove something, and the vision is strong, like it was for the first one.
Aaron, what do you think?
Well, I'm weirdly one of the people that liked the Animatrix, which was, the all animated shorts that they put out. I loved those, and I'm kind of hoping it goes in a more direction where they can, like, I don't know. I feel like the original movies didn't explore what it was really like for anybody else other than like Neo and the crew that he was with. But when they first announced this, I was kind of worried. I was like, I thought this was going to be a reboot of the series. And I'm one of those people. I would much prefer a sequel 30 years later than a reboot of the entire thing and
Yeah.
start over. So I love a good, like, time spanning sequel, whether it's Star Wars or anything like that, where they wait a long time, because I feel like when you wait that amount of time, it gives you a different perspective on it, maybe.
Yeah.
Because these people have lived, the Wachowskis have lived, decades now in between the movies, and maybe they could pick up some stuff that they didn't have back in the originals. It's and I think now, like you were saying, where it was the simulation theory conversation that's going on right now, I think that that's going to play really heavy into it, and I think they're going to challenge, like, the conversation that's going on with that. And if that's what they mean by meta, then I'm so in for that, because I love when a movie takes what's in the zeitgeist and what people are talking about and adapts it into a film. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that part I'm very
Yeah.
intrigued about as well. And Grace Randolph said today that she's been hearing that this movie is very similar in some way to Free Guy, which is another Ryan Reynolds movie. And she clarified that by saying that both movies kind of have the video game elements. So that is an interesting, thing to say about it. I'm not sure how exactly that ties into this, but I just hope that it's not completely about a video game.
I'm glad she clarified
Yeah.
that, because when she just, if she would have just said, "Oh, it's like Free Guy," I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh no,
Right?
oh god." There's like power ups that they pick
Right.
up, and like no. So I'm
think
hoping
it's-
she means more of like the way that they're in a video game and they know that
Yeah.
they are, kind of like how they're in the Matrix and they know that they're
Yeah.
in the Matrix, rather than the other aspects of Free Guy.
Yeah. I think the word meta is what will make the difference between Free Guy and
Yeah.
Matrix Resurrections, because I think we'll come away from this movie kind of. I think it will be a reflection on society and maybe us as people and technology. Very much how, like, you come out of the Truman Show and you're thinking about stuff. You come out of Blade Runner 2049, you're actually thinking about world environments and how you act as a person. I think we can see something similar to this. And technology has changed from when these movies first came out. Like phones, computers, all that kind of stuff. The pandemic. So I think we could see elements of that in this movie, where it's a reflection on society, and maybe the video game aspect is a reflection of us in some way. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I think, yeah, we're going to get something pretty interesting. I can't wait. And it's a shame that Warner Brothers kind of put all their movies onto HBO Max, because I want to see this movie in the big screen. I'm not watching this on my TV at home. No way. I'm watching this in the big screen I can get as possible. So yeah, I think it's going to be a thrill ride.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, some of the old cast coming back. Yahya Abdul, I think is going to be in it as well. He was cast in
And
it.
also,
He's getting some amazing roles.
Yeah, and also she's in it. The heroine who is in Iron Fist, Jessica Henwick.
Oh yeah,
she's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
she's
really
good.
She's really good. I'm glad she's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vesuvius says about Sirius. He goes, I think when we see Neo, he'll be asleep, then wake up, get coffee, be late for work, etc. Stuff like that. It'd be interesting if we seen kind of Neo back in his environment before kind of the first one kicked off. You know, he was just living day to day,
Yeah.
and he was so imagine he was put back into that, and then he was brought back into the Matrix, something like that. We also have Anna goes. Some franchises need time to breed and become fresh again. Yeah, I think the years have gone by will be a benefit towards this one.
Absolutely. And Fear Jason asks, which Matrix movie is your favorite? I would definitely say that part one is my favorite one. And I did like the other two movies as well, minus some of the aspects like that crazy rave dance stuff. um, but apart from that, I really did like the original the most. And some of the stuff in the sequels are really good as well, like the whole fight in the third movie between Neo and all those clones, um agents. I forgot what they're called. Agents, right?
Yeah,
Agent
Agent,
Smith.
we're all blanking on the name here.
Agent
yeah,
Smith, right?
is it Smith?
Yeah, yeah,
So
the
chat probably known.
yeah,
So
yeah. That was actually. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Just that I loved that fight. It was, because at that time, seeing a such a massive scale of duplication in people, and then having an action sequence that with the 360 camera, slow motion, and all that stuff was really amazing to watch. So I did love all that.
Yeah, and Lawrence Fishburne confirmed that he's
Yes.
not coming back, and Hugo Weaving is
Yes.
not coming back either. That's interesting, and it actually gets me a little bit more interested that they're not coming back, because then it's just not a cash grab of bringing back every single character that made the first one great. You have Keanu Reeves coming back, you have the female actress, I don't know her name, but they're coming back. The core characters are coming back, so we'll be introduced to new characters, and we could have another character. If we can get a character as iconic as Agent Smith or Lawrence Fishburne's character, that's even better than bringing back the old guys, because then you expand the world even more, you expand the franchise, and
Just like
yeah,
Star
so
Wars
I think
did.
that could be. Yeah, well, not in a better way,
Sorta.
hopefully.
Sorta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
They totally didn't bring anybody back in Star Wars just for
yeah,
nostalgia.
totally did.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited to watch this. I know a lot of people are hating on it already because the idea of it happening is just offensive to them for some reason. But I'm always intrigued by every new thing that they put on. I love to watch, new takes and continuation of franchises. I love all that. So I'll wait for a trailer and I'll watch the movie and then make up my own mind. You know.
Yeah, and Anna goes, also the Matrix can definitely benefit from the technological advances in cinema to really push boundaries. That's a good point.
Yes.
Yes, very much how James Cameron couldn't really make the sequels until a technology was created that he needed, and then he could get work on it. So yeah, definitely. Sylvius goes, I think there's a lot to be said about Keanu and Carrie Ann being the jumpers in that video. Yeah, there was a video of them on set where they were jumping kind of doing stunts up beside buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to get something awesome, I bet.
Cool. Yeah, Ascended says they should have named the movie Matrix Reload. Oh wait. Yeah, that's already taken. Anna says I
Yeah.
was literally about to ask if Lawrence Fishburne is coming back. Wow. Yeah.
See, Anna, I read your mind. This is the Matrix. We're all tied up, and yeah,
There's something interesting about what he said as well. Recently, he was asked if he's coming back, and he said, "No, I have nothing to do with it, and you should ask the director about it." So maybe he's, maybe he wasn't even asked to be in it. So he's probably wondering why.
but he is confirmed for John Wick 4 and 5. So
Yeah, he's always awesome. So there's nothing of, I don't think there's any beef with that or anything like that.
He just had to pick between which Keanu Reeves franchise he wanted to be in now, and he chose John Wick.
That's
obviously.
right. I didn't make that connection.
he chose the pigeons. Pigeons.
Yeah, he chose the one that's
I would never
successful
say
right
for
now.
that.
Don't give them ideas though, because then they'll try to say that John Wick is in the Matrix universe, and
Oh.
then it'll just be a mess.
Crossover.
Yeah. Look, we're all in the Matrix, so it's all a crossover.